we'll be covering equivalent ratios. So let's try with this example. We have 2 to 3 is equivalent to the ratio of 4 to 6, right? So the way that we can check that is through cross multiplying. So we've got these highlighted numbers, so that's 2 times 6, we can say is equal to the inner numbers, okay? 3 times 4, right? So if they are equal, then we know that this ratio is equivalent to that one. So let's try with the first question. Find A if 1 to 2 is equivalent to the ratio of A to 20. So we don't know what A is here, we don't know what that is, so we can try and cross multiply. So we can say that 2 times A equals 1 times 20, okay? So we want to get A on its own. So we divide that by 2 and this side by 2. So we can say A equals 1 times 20 divided by 2. And it's just simply calculating that. Therefore, A is 1 times 20 divided by 2, which is 10. Okay? So let's try another question. In question 2, again we want to find A if 3 to 5 is equivalent to the ratio of 12 to A. Again, we don't know what A is, so we can say 3 times A equals to 5 times 12, right? 3 times A, 5 times 12. So, to get A on its own, again, divide each side by 3, and we can say that A equals 5 times 12 divided by 3, right? So we can do that one first. A equals to 5 times 4, which therefore is 20. Okay, so we can see that A equals 20. Alright, so that's good. Let's try question 3. Okay, now we have decimal, it's in decimal point, but don't worry about that, we can still do it. So find A if 0 to 2 to 0.5 is equivalent to the ratio of A to 10. So again, we do A 0.5 times A equals to 0.2 times 10. And then we divide each side again by 0.5, so A equals 0.2 times 10 divided by 0.5. And it's just simply calculating that. If you want to just put it in your calculator, we know that A equals 4. Okay? It's pretty easy, right? So let's try again question 4. Now, find A if 2 over 5 equals to A over 20. And this is simply cross multiplying, right? So what we can say is A times 5 equals 2 times 20. Okay? So we can say A equals, and divide each side by 5, 2 times 20 divided by 5, right? Which is A equals 2 times 4, because 20 divided by 5 equals 4, and therefore A equals 8, right? Okay, let's try again, let's move on to another one. In question 5, we want to find A if 2/5, so that's a fraction, to 4 is equivalent to the ratio of A to 20. Now, first of all, we can just put it in our cross multiplying equation, so don't worry about that yet. So we can say 4 times A equals to 2 over 5 times 20, okay? And the first thing that you want to do is cancel, so it makes it easier for you to calculate. So we can see here, 5 is a multiple of 20, so we can cancel that. So 5 divided by 5, we get that, it's 1. 20, we cross that, and the answer is 4. 20 divided by 5 is 4. So then we can say 4 times A equals 2 times 4. And again, we can cancel out even more. So that's 4 you can cancel out, and 4 on this side, yes? Because they're both multiplications. So then we can see that A equals 2, right? Okay, let's just try another one as well in question 6. So it asks us to find x and y if 2 to 3 to 5 is equivalent to the ratio of x to 15 to y. Okay, we just want to know what x and y is, right? So 2 and x, they are not necessarily equal, but they are equivalent ratios. So we don't know what these are, but we can see that 15 is an equivalent ratio to the value of 3. Sorry, to the value of 3. And to get to 15, we times that value by 5. Okay, and what you do to this number, you have to do to the rest. So 2 times 5, 5 times 5. So we can say that 10 to 15 to 25 equals to x to 15 to 25. Okay? So x here equals to the 10. So we can say x equals 10, and y and 25 are equal. So we can also say y is therefore 25. Okay? And that's how you do equivalent ratios.